Hello everybody, this is Salwa from Merciful Sound. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Ota Brown. We're going to be talking about Ota's new release, her music debut in Liverpool, and many other things. Hello Ota.
Hello, how are you, Sal?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, yeah. Excited about Daydream coming out.
I'm excited for you. I've been listening to it all week.
Thank you very
Honestly,
much.
it's been such a refreshing thing to hear your music finally. After,
you.
Hearing it in practice rooms.
Yeah.
And now I can just open Spotify, type
There
your
we
name
go.
and just listen to your music.
It's crazy. To be fair, I'm very happy with it. I think it's something that I was expecting for a long time, but I didn't actually believe that it was going to happen. And now it's like already started, so it's like, whoa, what's going on? But it's fun. It's nice. I've been feeling the love. So thank you to everyone that's been listening to it.
I guess it's also really good now because at your gigs you can just say, oh guys, by the way, you can just stream my song.
Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think of that, but I'm going to be able to be like, this is a song that's out, it's called Daydream. That's nice. I'll write that down to say at the gig.
Yeah. Have you made any flyers or anything to give out? Maybe that's something you can think about.
That'd be cool, to be fair. I think, well, with Merciful Sound, obviously we've been doing a lot of things for promotion. Not necessarily about Daydream in its own, more about my whole project that's coming out soon. It's going to be an EP, which is cool. But we should probably... Well, I had this idea of kind of printing a little QR code with a little name of Daydream to give out to people if they want to listen to it, which is more accessible. But at the minute, the promotion is from my Instagram page, which is just Ota Brown. So
follow
you can
Ota
find
Brown
it there
on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's actually great content on there. I can testify.
Yeah, it's because Sal's there. That's why it's good content.
What can I say? I'm there all the time.
There we go.
So I'm really curious. What were
Go
you
on.
listening to when you were on your way to this interview? What was in your headphones?
Oh, that's interesting. I've been listening to Fontaines DC, non-stop for the past week. And I got recommended this song that's called Roy's Tune by Fontaines DC. And I've been listening to it. It's kind of, it puts me in a reflective mood. And I've been a bit reflective recently. So that's what I was listening to.
We love a bit of reflection.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Very nice. I think as a songwriter as well, you find yourself reflecting way more than anybody else.
Yeah, there's a lot of reflection behind songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you relate to that as well.
Oh,
so.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we know. But yeah.
So when you were writing Daydream, what was the writing process behind it? So what did you make first? Did you write the song first and then bring it to your band, or how did it go about?
Yeah, so I wrote Daydream I wrote it a year ago, almost a year ago, which is fun because a year later it's out. Right. And I always kind of write in the same way where there's a day that I feel like I have something to say, and then I just sit down at the piano and I think I find the chord first or whatever kind of melody and structure I want to use, and then I write the lyrics on top of whatever I feel like I want to say. So with Daydream, it was the same as with the rest of them, where I just wrote that, and then I was like, Daydream is the concept that I want to kind of expand on, and then from there I build a little bit the topic, and then a little bit later I had to put together a band for a friend of mine's live sound exam in uni, and then I knew that Fred played bass, Frankie played drums, and Patrick played guitar because I used to play with Patrick. So I was like, oh guys, would you help me just for this kind of one-time thing? And then it just worked really well, so we decided to create the band, and then we brought Freddie in, so that's how the Decent Beans came to be. And then I just presented them the song kind of thing, and we built on it together. And I think one of the reasons why it sounds very different in a positive way is because it's been improved a lot by them. So I really appreciate them, yeah.
Wow, so it all just happened.
Yeah, yeah.
It was spontaneous.
It was 100%.
Okay.
I did want a band. I was looking to create a band and to develop my music, my personal music, because I used to play in Papaya Sunset, which, shout out.
Remember that?
I used to love playing that band. It was great. But the one thing that I wanted to do was to create a band for my own sound and to develop like my music. And it just kind of suddenly, like, I don't know, happened. So it was very cool, yeah.
Wow.
Very grateful for the beans. So
The
shout out
decent
to them.
beans.
Yes.
Shout out to the decent
They're nothing
beans.
but decent as well. People think it's because they're decent, but it's because
They're more than decent, aren't they?
exactly.
Nice.
They're more than decent. Yeah.
So, if you ever had to collaborate with someone, like
Ooh.
you can go big artist, small artist, literally anybody, who would you collaborate with and why?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, the thing is, I'm surrounded immediately by so many talented people, like Sawabea, for example, or Isabel Metal, as my two closest like friends, and the two musicians, like female musicians that I admire the most, I'd say. So it would definitely be fun to collaborate with you two. I think, well, we've done it with Isabel because of Papaya Sunset. And we've had our like little sessions to sing along together. And then on a bigger kind of scale, I'm a big fan of Ray.
Oh,
So just to be able to like, you know, sing with her or even see her would be incredible. And if we're talking about things that could definitely never happen, I would love to collaborate with Amy Winehouse because she's my number one inspiration. But obviously, it looks a bit complicated, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
I can definitely see like your style and how it reflects with like how it's similar to Ray and
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse. So I can see
Yeah.
why you would want to work with them.
I think it'd be so good. Like I think Amy is more of an influence, kind of in the way she writes. In terms of, she used to write in a very kind of personal way, and obviously her music was quite influenced by jazz, and that I relate to that quite a lot. And also she was quite sassy, and that's something that I've been incorporating in my songs recently, just like kind of the attitude. And that's definitely something that also happens with Ray, and I just love it. Like sassy women forever. So, you know, I'm just trying to make myself a little bit in that same kind of group. Yeah. So that'd be cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So your name,
Yes.
Ota Brown.
Yes.
What's the story behind that? How did that come about?
So my name is Carlota and my surname is Moreno. And then my dad and my dad's family, when I was younger, well, still, they call me Ota. And it's something that I really like because I don't know, I feel like for Carlota, there's not a lot of people think of a way to shorten it. And my dad calls me Ota and my mum calls me Carlo, which is the beginning, so it's fun. But I thought that Ota was easier to pronounce for non-Spanish speaking people, or like non-Italian speaking people. So I was like, okay, Ota is good. And then my surname Moreno means tan in Spanish. And then I was like, Ota tan sounds a bit weird. So I was just like, I'm going to say Ota Brown. And then I realized that Ota Brown is like a mixture between Etta James and James Brown.
Right.
And they're two of my, like, I love both of them as
Okay.
musicians. So, you know, it was like a good kind of coincidence that I was like, sounds good, Ota Brown. Yeah. That's how it came to be, yeah.
Amazing. I'm going to have a few of the questions that our followers and your followers on the Merciful Sound page sent us for you.
Cool.
So when did you know that music was your calling? Like, when was the defining moment where you thought, I want to be a star?
Okay. I want to be a star. Well, the thing is, music has like always been part of my life since I was very young, which sounds a bit like a cliche because it happens to a lot of people, but it's like that. And I've always been studying music, and it was never like a thing that I definitely wanted to do as like a career. Maybe because of insecurities of not kind of being enough, I guess, as it happens to a lot of people. But also because I've had so many interests in life in terms of, I've never been sure of wanting to do one thing because I was like, what if I do this thing, but what about the other 3 things that I want to do? But there was a point where I decided to study music and to kind of take that chance, because I went to London with my school from Spain. And we went to this university to visit an ex-student that was studying, I think, design there. I can't remember what the uni was. And I saw that they had like studios in the uni. I was like, oh my God, wait. Like, these people come here and study music, and their degree is just coming here and playing instruments or like being in the studio. And I was like, that's definitely something that I want to do. And then I started looking through music degrees and like universities in Spain, but I definitely had like a calling from England for some reason. I really wanted to come to England. I've been here a couple of times, but I don't know. I thought that I was gonna adapt very well to the place, and I think I have. And then I found a few options here and there. And Liverpool, I didn't know anything about Liverpool before coming here. I was like, let's see what this is. Mm-hmm. And like, as I stepped into the city, I was like, okay, I see that this is cool. And yeah, I'm just so happy that I'm here. I couldn't have had it any other way. And like, even if I'm still kind of apprehensive of what I want to do with my career in terms of, I don't know if I want to be a star, you know. But music is definitely something that is going to be involved in anything that I choose to do. So that's kind of my conclusion. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So in terms of the Liverpool music scene, how long would you say have been involved in it, and what's been your favourite gig that you've played?
Oh, okay. I think I've been involved probably since like second year of uni, when we were with Papaya Sunset. It was like the second, because Papaya Sunset started in first year of uni and then kind of ended in like at the end of second year. I think so. Yeah. And I think that's when I kind of got introduced a little bit into the scene. And I kind of started meeting people that were involved and like things like this. And I think it really helped that Isabel was involved, because apart from being like an amazing musician and like having a big following, she's just great with people, and she's great at like expanding her network. Mm-hmm. And she's also a very good friend. So she helped me a lot to like get to know people and like let people know me and things like that. So that definitely was like a big thing for me. So thank you to Isabel.
Shout out to Isabel.
Yeah, shout out Isabel. And my favourite gig with Papaya Sunset, it was in Melodic Distraction. Rest in peace. It was just the most wonderful place in Liverpool. We've been there like so many times as a duo. It was such a good place, and my mum was there for it, because it was International Women's Day, and she came up to Liverpool, which was just like, you know, top of everything. And then with the Beans, it was when was it? Was it December? I think we had my first headline as like a kind of solo artist, which was in Arts Bar Baltic. And that was just like, it was great because so many of my friends came, and there was this moment that it'd be forever in my head, that I started singing the cover, this cover of I'd Rather Go Blind by Etta James.
Tune.
And when I started singing, everyone started singing with me, and that's the first time that like I was singing and people kind of got involved in it, and it just made me so emotional. I was just like, what is going on? And I just felt the love in that gig. I feel it in all of them, but that one was very important for me, and I feel like the love that I received was equal to kind of the expectation, or whatever you want to call it, that I had for myself and for my music.
Wow. We love Arts Bar.
Yeah. Shout out Arts Bar as well.
Literally, it's such a good place to start with, isn't it? Like, as a musician.
It is, 100%. And I feel like they just offer a lot of possibilities to a lot of people. And I think that's just good for a venue. It's great.
And they're lovely people as well.
Yeah, they are. Shout out to Iona Davis that works there.
So, going back to Daydream. Because I am literally in love with your song. I genuinely am.
Thank you.
So what is the message behind the song? So when you were writing it, what were you thinking of you know, sharing with the world? What was the message?
So the message is a little bit of like, or the feeling is a little bit about kind of when you meet someone and you see that things are going very good. And to me, at least, when things go very good, I get a bit like, what's happening here, you know? So I think it's kind of like the feeling of starting to meet someone and being like, please don't let it just be like my delusions.
Don't ruin it.
Exactly. It's just like, please just let it be like this, like for a long time. And it's kind of it was kind of like a, not thank you song, because it isn't a thank you song to anyone, but it's about a person that I kind of met after I went through something with someone else, and it didn't end up going anywhere. You know, it was a daydream in the end, but it was just like it kind of helped me open up a little bit to other people that wasn't the person before, and I was just like, it's not gonna happen in the end, but it's kind of a way to say to myself, look, you can do it kind of again, kind of thing, you know? So I think it's like a mixture of the good and the bad that comes from meeting someone new, maybe in a point where you're not like open to it, I guess. So that's kind of a little bit all of it. You know, that's the feeling behind it, kind of thing.
Do you find that with songwriting, you can actually put your thoughts into pen and paper?
Yeah, to be fair, I think I'm always quite aware of my feelings and my thoughts in terms of like when I explain them to someone. But I definitely feel like when I write it down, it kind of confirms it to me. Like every time I go, is what I was saying earlier. So every time I have a feeling or a thought that I can't get over because I'm just going round and round and round and round, and I've already spoken to all my friends about it, and they're already like, look, you've already mentioned this 100 times, so we don't want it more. Then I'm like, okay, I think the only way to kind of move past it a little bit is to write it down. And that's what happened with Daydream as well. So yeah.
So have you got any more songs coming out?
Yes. I have another single coming out soon, which is funny because it's the second part to Daydream, because I wrote them together, and it's like a before and after kind of thing. Okay. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then obviously my EP that's coming out, that should be fun. And it's just like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know how this started, where I'm actually putting music out. Obviously, it's thank you to Merciful Sound, because it probably wouldn't have happened, or it would have happened much later than this without you guys and Merciful Sound. So thank you to them. So yeah, it's just great. I'm just excited. Yeah.
So is this EP, what's it gonna contain? Is it
right? So it's got Daydream, obviously, as the opening track, and then it's got 3 other tracks, which I kind of wrote kind of around the same time. They kind of all tie up a little bit. It's kind of, I would say, it's not necessarily a concept EP. Like, I didn't think of it as a group, but it definitely kind of ties together in different ways. Obviously, because it has to do with things I've experienced, and all of them are tied together. So I'm guessing that's why. But yeah, it's just it's gonna be 3 songs. So 3 more songs apart from Daydream. So I'm excited. I hope it's well received, because I'm quite proud of it. So yeah.
I think it will definitely be well received. Are you joking?
Yeah, I hope so.
I think
you're joking.
Are you joking me?
You're joking.
Is there gonna be like some visual stuff with it? Is there gonna be like a music video? Are you thinking, or do you not want to reveal too much?
Well, we've got we did this little live lounge thing that was recorded, so that's gonna kind of come out at some point, probably with the EP, because it was the performance of the EP. So that's one thing. And then I've got something else planned that I'm kind of debating how to do it, because I'm doing it myself. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say what it is. It's not anything crazy.
It's a cliffhanger, guys.
But it's a cliffhanger. But it's kind of like a little, don't know. It's like a little tribute.
Okay,
thing.
I'm not gonna make you say it if you don't want to. I'm not gonna make you say it.
But yeah.
So, being a woman in the music industry, you know, how has that been for you, especially as an independent artist?
Yeah. To be fair, I have to say I feel quite backed up. In terms of me personally, I've never experienced any kind of downsides to it. I in fact, I've experienced more good things. I think like kind of the positive side of being a woman in any kind of place that we are is that the other women that are in that place relate to us, and then it just creates kind of like a supporting sentiment that is so nice, and it's like so noticeable when you are a woman, and you kind of feel supported by all the rest of them. And also, to be fair, like I think the only thing which is more funny than anything else is just working with 4 boys in the band.
Yeah, I can relate.
There's literally nothing negative about it. Like, I swear to God, and they're the most loving boys and the most supportive boys. And like, obviously, without them, I just wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But it's just funny because like in rehearsals and stuff like that, it's kind of like okay, boys, come on, we need to do this, and that. And they just start doing their little silly stuff, and like I love it though. Like I think it kind of assures me a little bit of like my capacity to drive like a band kind of thing. Like the fact that it's with 4 boys kind of that are this supportive makes me feel very good about like my like capacity to like do stuff and plan stuff and and things like that. So it's just great. Like I have nothing bad to say about my experience in the industry in terms of towards like music scene, in other instances, yeah, obviously there's downsides to, not downsides, but there's things to being a woman. But I think I've always been treated like great by everyone. So I'm very like kind of happy and how do you say it? Yeah, not privileged, but like I'm happy and privileged in a way to be treated this good, because it's not the same for a lot of women in the music industry. So, yeah.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it. I think it helps when you're really good friends with people around you.
Yeah.
And, your bandmates are your friends.
Yeah.
And the whole production team and us, like we all know each other.
Exactly.
We're all quite close. We're all supportive. And I think Liverpool is such a good city for that because it's so uplifting. Like everybody uplifts each other. Everybody goes to everybody's gigs.
It's so good.
It's
my
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I never want to leave.
Mate, don't even. No, but I think my favourite part, when people at home ask me like, oh, like what do you do when you're in Liverpool? Blah, blah. I think I always say that my favourite part of Liverpool, and there's a lot of parts that I love, but is when we all like get together to go see a gig. That just makes me so happy because it's like, I don't know, I feel like it makes everyone so happy. It makes me happy that everyone's happy and I'm happy and life is great, And it's just like we're all there just enjoying our mates' music
together.
And then we just, do something else after. But everyone's
go for a little dance, a little boogie.
Yeah, a little boogie.
Leg dance there.
Exactly. Everyone knows that we love a boogie.
Little stanky leg.
So yeah, just very happy to be here doing what I'm doing.
Well, I'm very happy you're here doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I'm happy you're here doing what you're doing.
Stop it, yo, flattering me. Okay, so when can we see you next live?
Yes, so further into the future, we have we'll have a gig to the release of the EP, and then I hope some in between. So I'll let you know.
Okay,
How
well,
about the rest?
keep yourselves on the Instagram.
Yes.
Merciful Sound Instagram and Ota Brown's Instagram.
Yes.
And you'll have all the details there for the next
Exactly.
upcoming gigs, releases, everything in between.
Everything.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank
It's
you.
been wonderful, learning about you and your
Wonderful
music.
chat. Always nice to talk to you, Sal.
Always nice talking to you. Oh my God, I want to have her here again.
Yes.
Take
me back, whatever.
I'll take you with me, and we'll do more interviews. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched this interview. If you got to the end of the video, please like, share, and subscribe. If this will be posted on YouTube, which probably will be.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much. I've been Salwa from Merciful Sound. This is Ota Brown, and we have Jack behind the camera.
Yeah, shout out to Jack.
And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Give me the.
Da, 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 da.
I could have never believed someone would have helped me grieve from other past lovers. They never gave me the time I need. When you come up in my mind, I just wanna press rewind, go back to the places we've been and the ones we left to find. But please don't make me doubt it. I found out I've got some walls to break.